How's it going, everybody? My name's Dave Whipple and you're watching Bushradical. Maybe last year you saw my Disaster in Alaska video. Maybe this spring you saw my Disaster in Alaska Part 2 video. Well, this is my disaster in Michigan, as my life evidently is chocked full of disaster. Brooke and the kids flew down to Michigan about 4 weeks ago. About 4 days after that, I get this call that there's basically tornado type weather. And our place is surrounded by huge trees. And a huge tree fell and hit our house. And it also shook the guts out of the barn so bad that a couple days later, the barn roof gave up and fell in. The only two buildings that weren't touched were my garage and the old chicken coop. And the old chicken coop's ready to get tore down anyway. Let me show you what I'm dealing with. There's the barn. Absolutely destroyed. One of the problems with this joint is the trees. All these trees around here are like 4 feet around. Massive trees. Good firewood when they fall and land on your stuff and you cut them up. Let me show you the one that hit the house. Now this is the tree that fell and hit the house. Luckily it wasn't this big around where it actually hit the house. It was only like that. Busted a couple rafters in the peak. Took the eave off for about 5 or 6 feet. A couple things positive to be said about this. Number one, here's the tree. There's the woodshed. So, I mean, if you want to take lemons and make lemonade, this tree fell so close to that woodshed, I don't even have to haul it. I just need to buck this stupid thing up and stick it in the woodshed. You know, honestly, good thing number two, I was planning on cutting this tree, and you can see it's hollow as a straw. If I would have cut that, who knows what it would have done. It might have ended up in my lap. So fixing the roof is maybe better than, you know, having a tree barber chair on you. And this one was ready to do it. It had a heavy lean. It was hollow in the middle. It might have took off and split up the middle. I mean, beech don't generally do that, but this one might have. And there you can see the house. There's damage at the peak, and there's damage at the eave, and then there's damage up the side of the wall. And if you want to put a positive spin on this, I suppose a tree this size could have went right to the basement. I don't know why it didn't do more damage than it did. I'm just thankful that it didn't. So I'm like at this place in my life all of a sudden where it seems like there's no end of stuff that is calling for my attention, and I just want to do other things. I want to do more stuff outdoors. I'd like to teach a little more in the field. It just gets to a point where I don't know that I want to have this much extra stuff going on. Makes me want to call a realtor and be like, I'm done with this place. I guess I really need to just sit back and be thankful because I'm healthy, Brooke's healthy, the kids are healthy, the dog's healthy. The roof and the barn falling down, honestly, it's kind of a blessing in disguise. It really needed to come down. It was to the point it either needed to be fixed with thousands and thousands of dollars, and then you still got this barn that's got a crappy floor and it's got a crappy foundation. So that really wasn't the answer. So maybe the barn falling down is really a blessing. And this tree falling down, yeah, it did hit the house, but it also landed 5 feet from the woodshed. And it's beech and it's fantastic firewood. So having a barn fall down that needed to fall down, and having a tree fall down that I needed to cut down in the first place, and it might have killed me cutting it down because it was hollow and rotten. And it fell right by the woodshed. None of that stuff is too bad. There's a lot worse things that could happen than a tree falling and hitting your house or your barn falling down. And maybe that's why I turned this camera on today, just so I could get my thoughts out and whine a little bit about all the trouble I've had. So maybe it gives me an opportunity to step back away from it and be like, you know, it's really not that bad. Maybe this video is more therapy for me than it is any useful information for you guys. I guess I don't have it so bad after all. I'm going to buck this tree up, throw it in the woodshed, and put an ad on Craigslist for barn wood. I think tomorrow will be a better day. Thank you guys so much for watching Bushradical. My name's Dave Whipple. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, hit the little bell, give you updates when I post video, and I hope to see you again on the next one. Thanks for watching Bushradical. And be radical, eh? See you soon.